Hey y'all, welcome back to the Valley. It's good to see you again. So today we're going to do a little 100-mile review, first impressions, first thoughts on the 2024 Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro Aragon Edition. Such a long name. Let's get dirty. Well, forgot my gloves already. We're off to a great start. Alright, so the plan today is just to go for a little ride. I'm going to find somewhere nice to park. We're going to sit down. We're going to go over this 2024 Triumph Tiger. Enjoy the ride. Check this place out. This is one of the lakes that I live by. This is a little boat launching area that they built recently. A little bit of ice still there on the water, but pretty amazing. This, everybody, is what New York looks like. Everyone always thinks it's New York City, big buildings, bright lights. This is upstate New York. Gorgeous. Oh man, that used to be a fun road. Not anymore. Alright, so one thing I have never done on a motorcycle is use cruise control. So we're going to try that now. I'm excited. Simple 2 buttons, hit set. We'll pick whatever, 44, 45, hit set again. Oh, we're set at 47. Look at that. Cruise control, baby. Are you kidding me? I can't with this technology. It's going to be amazing when I'm on long trips because this arm gets just absolutely dog tired. My elbow starts hurting, my wrist hurts. So this is going to be a game changer. Those markers right there for snowmobile trails, poor fellas haven't gotten out once this year. It's been a remarkably warm winter here in New York, central New York. I think it's the least snowiest season we've had maybe ever. I'm okay with that. I hate snow. Yeah, she's got some get up. Well, this was going to be my route. Doesn't look like that's happening today. Well, We adapt. Was a fun ride. I hope you really enjoyed the views. But now let's get into the important stuff, the review of this 2024 Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro Aragon Edition. So I wanted to start with the cons, move into the pros, and then end with my final thoughts on the bike. The first thing I want to talk about, and it might not be a con for everybody, but it is the price. So this bike retails for $16,995. And for a lot of people, that might be stretching the budget. It did for me, but I decided to go with it because I made sacrifices on my decisions before and bought other motorcycles, and I wasn't happy and ended up here anyway. The next thing I want to talk about is my shopping experience. Now, the dealership I got the bike from was amazing. However, finding Triumph dealers around here is very difficult. I think there's maybe 3 in the entire state that are reachable for me. The other 2 are about 2.5 to 3 hours away. Where I got this bike is about an hour and a half. So anytime I would need a service, I'd have to travel at least an hour and a half. The third con I have is those stock tires. I don't understand why. I'm sure there's a reason Triumph did that, but to put pretty much slicks, road tires on an adventure bike is ridiculous. So luckily I had the Shinko 805 already. I bought a Mitas E07 for the front, but I still had to spend money to put tires on an adventure bike, which is ridiculous to me. And one of the last cons I have, and this goes for all Triumph motorcycles, I owned a Triumph Scrambler before this bike, and finding aftermarket accessories is unbelievably difficult. There's maybe 3 or 4 good suppliers that you can go to, and each of those suppliers has maybe 1 or 2 options. It's just non-existent. So it's very difficult to find aftermarket parts for a Triumph. That's why the main reason I bought the Aragon Edition was because it came with pretty much everything, even these upper crash bars, which, by the way, I have put this bike down, and these crash bars held up perfectly. So years past, I've heard that they're very chintzy and they don't hold up, and you got to replace them right away. That's not the case with the new 2024 Aragon Edition. These things held up great. It also does come with a skid plate. I'm going to replace the skid plate. You don't have to. It is aluminum, but it's thin. If you did hit anything hard, you might damage the case. So I'm going to replace that eventually. It's not something I have to do right away. Cheers. So I'm going to get into the pros, and I think one of the biggest pros of this bike is the specs. Now, I am not a spec guy. If you need all the exact numbers for the entire bike, go online and find them. You don't need some idiot like me telling you what they are. So this is an 888cc triple engine. It has 94 horsepower and I believe 65 foot-pounds of torque. It gets up, as you see in the video. It's not lacking any power. Could it be more? Sure, it's not a 1200, but for the 888cc triple engine is perfect for me. It's got Showa suspension front and back, fully adjustable. It's got Brembo brakes, dual in the front, single in the rear. And I gotta say, for being a bigger guy, the suspension being fully adjustable and those brakes work perfectly. I have no issues on-road, off-road, anywhere I go. The thing I like most about this bike is how comfortable it is. One of the main reasons I went from the Scrambler to the Tiger was for the comfort. Now the seating position is nice and upright. You're not bent forward. Standing position is super comfortable. I did put rocks risers on this bike, but you don't really need them. I was very comfortable with the stock bars. I just did it for a little extra reach. The stock seat is very comfortable. I have ordered a Seat Concepts because I do like it a little bit wider, but I could ride this stock seat all day, no problem. And that brings me to my next pro, which is the windscreen. Now, a lot of people don't like the windscreen. I love it. I don't get any helmet buffeting. I don't get anything on the chest. I get a little bit on the shoulders, but I'm used to that, so that doesn't bother me at all. So this windscreen, from all the bikes I've ever ridden, this windscreen has been the best. Now, I do have to have it in the tall position, and it is, right about there, but it works perfect for me. I don't have to duck down. I can look around, no problems. No wind in the face. So the windshield for me makes it very comfortable. To add on to that, the heated grips and the heated seat. Now, I've never had that on a motorcycle, so it's a little bit of extra, creature comforts, but it adds to the package. So with everything, with the seat, the windshield, the heated grips, the heated seat, it's the most comfortable motorcycle I have ever ridden, on-road and off-road. So I'm very excited to put many miles on this bike. This isn't really a game changer, but it's pretty cool. It has clutch assist. So if you're at a stop and you're in first gear and you take off, it automatically adjusts the RPM so that you don't stall out. So if you've ever been somebody who's really nervous when maybe you're a beginner or you're at a stop with a bunch of people and you're nervous to stall the bike, you really can't do it with this. That clutch assist is awesome. So in my opinion, the reason I bought this bike was the on-off-road capabilities. On the road, it's very light, very nimble, flickable, very comfortable. You don't feel like you're riding a big, heavy motorcycle. All the weight feels like it's down low. It's not top heavy. You just feel planted. Now, off-road, I haven't been able to do too much because it is still February in New York, but I have gotten in the gravel, a little bit of dirt and mud, and so far it's been awesome. I went down a very rocky and uneven road with a lot of potholes, and you just skim right over them with the Showa suspension. It's perfect. So I am super excited to get a lot more off-road content, so stay tuned for that because I'm going to beat the heck out of this thing. One of my last pros, real quick, has been my experience when I crashed. Now, it wasn't really a crash. I spun out in some ice and snow, and I went down. I low-sided, the bike went on its side, and I skidded. However, like I said before, these crash bars really surprised me. I wasn't expecting much out of them. I was reading other reviews of people from previous years that said that they won't hold up one crash and they're going to destroy your fairing. So I was very surprised. When I picked the bike up, I was expecting to see a mess, but I saw a couple little scratches on the crash bars, and that's about it. So super happy with the stock crash bars on this Aragon Edition. Now I spilled my tea. So some of my final thoughts on the 2024 Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro. I believe it's one of the more higher end, more capable mid-size ADV bikes out there. Now it is expensive, like I said, and I probably wouldn't purchase this bike if you have to stretch your budget. There's other bikes out there that can do almost, or if not just as much as this bike can, for less. But with that being said, it's one of the best motorcycles I've ever ridden and one of the best experiences I've ever had on a motorcycle, and that's really important. Because when you're adventure riding, it's all about the experience. The old saying, you get what you pay for, you are paying a premium price, but you're getting a premium product. All the different riding modes, the suspension, the ergonomics of the bike make it extremely capable on-road and off-road. And even though I only have 100 miles on this, well, 129, I am super excited about it. I'm very happy that I made this purchase, and I can't wait to make more content. I can't wait to put thousands of miles on this bike, and I'm going to take you with me. Let's go.